Hello and a very warm welcome to Curiosity Hive. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you have subscribed to our channel and also clicked on the bell icon, because we are going to come with some really informative and educational videos which is going to help you out. Well, in our today's session, we are going to solve the IMO paper for class 5. This is one of the latest papers, and we will go through 3 sections in this paper: the logical reasoning section, the mathematical reasoning, and the everyday mathematics. So there are 25 questions that we are going to share with you, and we will solve it together. Pause the video if you need more time to solve the question than the amount that we have given you, and then match your answer with our solutions. Do solve all the questions in this video, as the most interesting ones are towards the end. So without any delay, let's get started with our session today. The first section that we will solve is logical reasoning.
The first question here is, which letters in the word apple have a line of symmetry? Your options are given here. Your time starts now. Well, let's see what is a line of symmetry. So a line of symmetry is a line that cuts a shape exactly in a half. These are some of the alphabets which have vertical or horizontal line of symmetry. So if these are the letters with line of symmetry, A and E are the letters in apple that have the line of symmetry. Hence our right answer is option C. Let's go to the next question, which says, Mrs. Johnson asked her 5th grade students to form a number pattern using these given rules. There are 2 rules given. First one is use number 1 as the first term, and second one is to find any other term, double the previous term and add 2. The first 2 numbers in the patterns are 1 and 4. What is the 4th number in the pattern? Your time starts now. Now let's read and form the equations as we read along. First of all, let's plot a number line, and here we need to find the pattern and get the numbers along the number line. Now let's call the first term, that is the first number, as A and the second term as B. Now as per the second statement, it says that double the previous term and add 2. That means B should be equal to 2 times A, that is double of A, and then we add 2. Now if A is 1, so B will be 2 times 1 plus 2, which is equal to 4, and which holds good in the statement that says that the first 2 patterns are 1 and 4. Accordingly, we'll start solving the other patterns. So the third number will be 2 times 4 plus 2, which is 10. The fourth number will be 2 times 10 plus 2, which is 22. So your right answer is option B, 22. Let's go to the next question. Here the question reads, Manoj is going to make a cake using the choices shown in the below table. Here is the table. How many different cakes can Manoj make using 1 cake flavor, 1 icing type, and 1 sprinkle color? Your time starts now. Now with 1 cake, we have 3 icing types. That means we can make 3 cakes out of this 1 cake using the icing types. And now coming to the sprinkle color, each icing type has 2 sprinkle colors, red and blue. That means with each icing type we can have 2 more cakes. So 1 times 3 times 2 is the number of cake types we can make with a single cake. Now this 1 needs to be replaced with 3 because we have 3 cake flavors. So in all we can make 3 times 3 times 2, which is equal to 18 cakes. So this is our right answer. Let's go to the next question. This says, look at the figure shown below. Here is your figure. Which of this correctly shows the result of reflection flip of the above figure across the dashed line? So this is the dashed line. Here I will bring the figure for you to find the right answer. Well, the reflection along the dashed line would be a vertical reflection which will be reflected something like this. Hence, the inverted figure, which is option B, is your right answer, because when it reflects along this line, the last line would be the first in the reflection. Let's go to the next question. How many triangles are there in the adjoining figure? Let me make it bigger for you so that you can solve it easily. So let's find the triangles that are formed along this base, which is a squarish kind of a base. So here we have the first triangle, which is the behind triangle. Then there's another triangle in the front. And then there are two more triangles here. One is here and the other one is here. So there are two more triangles along the side. So along the base, we have 4 triangles. Now let's clear this image and find the other triangles. Now I'm going to look at the smaller triangles without combining any. So here I have one, here is the other one, here is the third one, then I have a fourth one below and a fifth one on this side. So I can spot 5 more triangles. So let me add 5 to my previous count. Now let's find triangles which can be formed by combining these smaller triangles. So here I have one by combining these two smaller triangles, and similarly another one on this side by combining this and this triangles. So here I have the other one. So these two triangles give me the other triangle. So I have 2 triangles formed by combining. Let's see if I can find others. Yes, I can. Which is here, which is combining these 2 triangles, and the other side as well. So in all, by joining the smaller triangles, we form 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 more triangles that are formed. Well, can you spot any other? I can't. So I will stop my find here. And then when I add them all together, I reach the number 13. So my answer is option C, 13, which is the number of triangles in this figure. Let's go to the next question, which reads, the figure on the adjoining grid, which I have enlarged it here, was translated from position 1 to position 2. So this has moved from position 1 to position 2. Which of these best describes how the figure was translated from position 1 to position 2? These are your options. Pick the right answer. Well, all you need to do is start from the first position and move it towards right and then move it downwards. So let's see how we do it. Now from this edge, if we start, that is this line, the final point that it lands is here, which is 2 units. And then from the lower edge, which is here, The final point it lands is the lower edge of the below figure, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units down. So that means the answer is right 2 units and down 5 units, which is option A. Remember to plot the points from the same position of the above and below figure, which will give you the right answer. Next question. How many lines of symmetry does the given figure have? Remember, the lines of symmetry is something that divide the figure equally in two halves. Your time starts now. Well, in this figure, clearly we have a vertical line of symmetry which divides it into two and horizontal line of symmetry which equally divides it into two. There is also diagonal symmetry. So if you fold the image along this line, each side will overlap the other side completely. So there are two diagonal symmetry. So in all, there are 4 lines of symmetry for this image. Let's go to the next question, which says, what is the missing value? Here is a pattern. Find this missing number. Your time starts now. Well, logical reasoning missing pattern comes with practice. So I would suggest you practice as many questions as you can so you get the hang of how to approach these kind of questions. Now, when I look at these numbers, the above and the below numbers, I can say that if I sum it up, they'll be somewhere close to each other, and the number in the blocks is quite smaller than the sum of the two. So it is possible that this can be the difference of the sums of the above and below numbers. Let's try that. So if I sum up this, I will get 233, and if I sum up the above two numbers, I will get 219. If I subtract these two numbers, my answer is 14. So my guess is right for the first block. Let's look at the second block. If I sum up the above two numbers, the answer is 146. And the sum of 198 plus 28, which are the below two numbers, is 226. The difference of this two gives me 80 again. So that means this pattern is right. So let me add the below two numbers of the third block, which will give me 406. And that, when subtracted with this number, which I don't know, will give me 38. So if I subtract 406 with 38, I will get 368, and 368 should be the sum of 134 and this missing number, which I can get by subtracting 368 from 134, and I will get the answer to be 234. You can try it out, and hence I choose B to be my right answer. Let's go to the next question. This says, if the code of adjust is JDATSU, then what is the code of verify? Try to get the pattern, apply it at verify, and get your right answer. Well, if you look at the word adjust and also write the word JDATSU, which is supposed to be its equivalent, you will notice the pattern is that the third and the first alphabet have been replaced, and then the fourth and the sixth alphabet have also been replaced. That's how we get it. Same thing we'll try with verify. So in verify, your third alphabet will come to the first position and your first alphabet will come to the third position. The second alphabet remains as it is. Similarly, your fourth alphabet will be your sixth alphabet on the top, and then your last alphabet will be the fourth alphabet on the top, and the F will just come down as it is. So this is your right answer, which is your option B. So with this, we come to the end of the logical reasoning section.
Well, that was the logical reasoning section. Let's head to the next section, which is mathematical reasoning.
Here is the first question, which asks us what is the Roman numeral for 498. Now, 498 can be written as 400 plus 90 plus 8, which is your first step to convert any number into a Roman numeral. Now you solve it by converting each of these numbers into Roman numeral. 400, we know the rule. D is a 500 minus C would give us 400. 90 again. C is 100 minus 10 will give us 90, and 8 is V111. Well, you can pick up those which has V111 in the end. So you can eliminate these two, and then now you match CD and XC, which is in option C. So that is your right answer. Let's go to the next question. The question is how to convert Fahrenheit into degree Celsius. What is the formula do we use? Well, to convert Fahrenheit to degree Celsius, we have a standard formula which is F minus 32 into 5 by 9. If you want to try this, we say 32 degree Fahrenheit is actually 0 degree Celsius, and you can apply it here. So your Fahrenheit is 32 minus 32 times 5 by 9 is nothing but 0 degrees, and this is actually a conversion into Celsius. You should memorize this because this will be used in your science further. Next question. What fractional part of 80 is 60 by 100 of 50? Use your fractions and find the right answer. Well, we want to find what fractional part when multiplied by 80 will give the answer of 60 by 100 of. Of is nothing but multiplication by 50. Now let me solve this. So this, my left hand side is equal to, let's solve this. I cancel these zeros and this 0 also, because this is also a part of numerator. So what I am left with is 30. So what fraction of 80 is 30? Well, this will be equal to, when this goes to this side, it will get into the denominator. So 30 divided by 80, which is equal to 3 by 8. So 3 by 8 of 80 is 60 by 100 of 50. So your answer is option D. Next question. What is the area of shaved part in the adjoining figure? So we need to find this area. Your time starts now. Your time starts now. Well, to find the area of this rectangle, we need to find the length and the breadth. So let me enlarge this figure here. Now we need to find the length and the breadth to be able to find the area of this. Now we know that the length of the bigger rectangle is 20 centimeter and its breadth is 8 centimeter. Now if we plot, now we know that this distance is 2 centimeter. So if we extend this line, we know that this is 2 centimeter and so is this. So the remaining, this portion will be 8 minus 2 plus 2, which is 4, which is equal to 4 centimeter. So I know that this portion is equal to 4 cm. Now let me find the length. Now again, if I extend this line, I know that this distance is 2 centimeter. That means my this portion is 2 centimeter, and similarly on this side, my this portion is 2 centimeter. So this length here would be 20 minus 2 plus 2, which is equal to 4, which will be 16 centimeter. So my this length is 16 centimeter. Now area of this rectangle would be length times breadth, which is equal to 16 times 4, which we have found, which is 64 centimeter square. So my answer is option C. Let's go to our next question. Which set of numbers has factors of 24? Find your answer. Well, the easy way to find the factors of 24, what I do is first is to start writing numbers from 1 and what multiple of this will give 24. So 1 times 24 is 24. Since it's an even number, let's go with 2. 2 times 12 is 24. Now let's go with 3. Remember your tables. 3 times 8 is 24. Let's see with 4. Well, 4 times 6 is 24. Well, 5 is not an option and 6 is already here, so we stop. That means the factors are 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 6, 8, 12, 24, which we find in option C. So this is the best way to find your factors rather than going on numbers randomly. Let's go to our next question. This says, Grandpa give his collection of 584 pennies to 8 grandchildren equally. How many pennies did each child get? Which of the following expressions can be used to solve the problem? This you should get quickly. I'll give you hardly some time to guess the answer. Well, 584 pennies given to 8 grandchildren equally is 584 divided by 8. So, B is your right answer. Don't start solving it. Just look at the question and the options and choose the right answer. Next question. What is the value of star in this expression? Your time starts now. Now these kind of questions are very common and they are replacement questions. For example, star plus circle is 240 and circle minus star is 120. Now if circle minus star is 120, I know that my circle, if I move my star this side, is 120 plus star because the sign will change as it moves its sides. Now that I know that circle can be represented in forms of star with this equation, I'll replace it on this top equation. So that will be star plus star, and in place of circle I'll write this equation, so which is 120 plus star is equal to 240. Now I will reduce 120 from both sides. So this star plus star is 3 stars is equal to 240 minus 120 because I'm reducing 120 from both sides. So I'm left with 120 on right hand side. And now to find star, I need to divide both sides by 3. So 120 divided by 3 is 40. So my answer that the value of star is option D, 40. Next question. Find the value of Z. Now Z times 45 divided by 20 is 234. So here we will do it by moving each expression on to the right hand side. First we'll move this expression, so that makes it z times 45 is equal to 234. So division will become multiplication when you move on the other side of equal to, which is 234 times 20. Now this is equal to 4680. So z times 45 is this. Now when I want to move my 45, what will happen? Well, z is left here and multiplication will become division. So 4680 divided by 45. So let's divide this. So when we divide this, we get 104. So the right value of z is option A, which is 104. Let's go to our next question, which reads, which of the following has the smallest value? Here are your options. Choose the right answer. Well, here we are introduced to new terms like tenths, hundreds, thousands. Let's quickly revise what they are. So when we have a number, say 1000, and let's write the place value for each position. So the first position is thousands, next is hundreds, then is tens, then is ones. So we all know this. And anything that we put after this dot or decimal is of no value. But it starts holding value when there is a non-zero number after the decimal. So this is the tenths place. Tenths place is nothing but 1 by 10, which is represented as 0.1. Similarly, if we have 0.01 comes into picture the hundredths place, which is nothing but 1 part out of 100. So this is 0.01. Similarly, the thousandths place is 0.001, 3 zeros. So 1 out of 1000. So 3 zeros means 3 numbers after decimals. 2 zeros means 2 number after decimals, and 1 zero means 1 number after decimal. Keeping this in mind, let's solve this question. So now let's solve these options. 12 tenths is nothing but, let me write it here, 12 by 10 minus 25 hundredths is 25 by 100. Now 12 by 10, as we saw 10, so just one number after decimal would be 1.2, and 25 by 100, 2 zeros, so 2 numbers after decimal. So to equate this, we'll have same number of digits after the decimal. How we do it? Well, 1.20, because after decimal, if you add 0, it is of no value, so you can do that. And then minus 0.25. So now there are 2 values after decimal, which makes it easier for us to subtract. So this will become 0.95. So let me write this is equal to 0.95. Similarly, we find the value for others. Will be 8600 minus 2000, which is equal to 0.86, 0.002. 3 numbers after decimal. This is nothing but 0.860 minus 0.002, which is equal to, this reduces to 5 to make this 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. Coming down is 5 and 8, 0.858. It's 14 hundredths. Now 14 times 6 is 84 divided by 100. This is equal to 0.84. 2 zeros, hence after decimal 2 numbers. So I get this to be 0.84. Remaining is 78 tenths divided by 3. Is 7.8 divided by 3. Well, this is equal to, so 2.6 is the value for this. So 2.6 is the value for this. Now out of this, the least is the option B. So that is our right answer. So this is how you would solve this question. I hope you've understood it. Do more practice of the decimals. Let's go to the final question in this section, which asks us how much is 1 billion in crores. Your time starts now. Well, first let's write what is 1 billion. Now, million is 6, billion is 9. So, 1 billion is 1 followed by 9 zeros. And then we come to the Indian number system, which has 1 crore. Now, 1 crore is 100 lakhs. Now 100 lakhs, how do we write lakhs? Here we have 50 and this is preceded by 100. This is how we display our 1 crore. So 1 crore is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. And 1 billion, if we cancel the 7 zeros, is 100 left. That means this when multiplied by 100 will give us 1 billion. So 1 billion is nothing but 100 crores because this can be replaced with crore. So our answer is option C. See, this is an easy way to solve it. With this, we come to the end of our mathematical reasoning section.
Now is the time for our third and last section, which is our everyday mathematics section. Let's solve the 5 questions that are going to come your way.
The first question here is, Kitty has 47 pieces of gum, Ella has 57 pieces of gum. If Kitty and Ella combine their gums and divide the pieces evenly among 8 people, how many pieces of gum will each person get? Well, these are arithmetic questions, so be quick in solving it. So let's solve this. So here I have Kitty who has 47 pieces of gum and then I have Ella who has 57. So let's quickly add them together and we will get 104 pieces of gum. Correct? Now this 104 pieces is divided by 8. So what will be the answer? Well, this is 13. So your answer is option C. This is how quickly you can solve these questions. Let's go to the next one. Your clock loses 2 minutes every hour. If you set it at correct time at 12 noon, what time will it show when the real time is 8 p.m.? Your time starts now. Well, let's start from 12 noon. Now, from 12 noon to 8 p.m. Now, each hour I lose 2 minutes. So, I go on losing 2 minutes for 8 hours. So, that means in all, whatever the time is at 8 o'clock, I need to subtract 16 minutes from there. Now this is nothing but 7:44. So 7:44 p.m. is the time that it will show when the real time is 8 o'clock. Next question. In order to participate in a nature camp, all the 4th, 5th and 6th grade students must be separated into groups of 10. If there is a total of 380 students in grades 4, 5 and 6, how many groups will there be? So what it says is, and they need to be separated in groups of 10. So 380 divided by 10 is the number of groups. That means they need to be separated in 38 groups. Simple answer, option B, 38. Next question reads, 8 times the money which Rohit has is rupees 168 more than what Mohit has. If Mohit has rupees 200, how much money does Rohit have? Form the equation and get the right answer. Now, 8 times the money which Rohit has. So first, let's say Rohit has R rupees and Mohit has M rupees. Now this read 8 times the money which Rohit has, which is 8 times Rohit's money, is 168 more than Mohit. That means this is equal to what Mohit has plus 168. So this is our equation. Now if Mohit we know has 200, so this we'll replace with 200 plus 168, 368. So we know 8 times Rohit's money is 368. So Rohit's money is 368 divided by 8, which is 46. Let's go to the next and final question in our paper. Mr. Ravi has total of 657 newspapers to be delivered. He makes 36 stacks with the same number of newspapers in each stack. Which of the following could show how many newspapers are there in each stack and how many are left over? Your time starts now. Well, read the question and also the options. Now what it says is that it is possible that we may get some left over. So let's start by dividing 657 by the number 36. Now before solving, let me show you a trick. Since these numbers are too big, what I do is first I try to reduce this. It can be divided by 3 because if you sum up these numbers, they turn to be multiple of 3. So let me divide by 3. So this equation can be reduced as 219 divided by 12. Now this is a easier division for me. So always try to reduce your fractions or divisions. Now 12 times 1 is 12. So I have 99. 12 times 8 is 96. So 3 is left. So with this we get the remainder of 3. But wait, remember we had divided this by 3. So this remainder should also be multiplied with whatever you had reduced. So the actual remainder is 9. So your answer would be option A. Well, to double check, what you can do is you try this division. So when you multiply 36 times 18, what you will get is 648. And this, when subtracted by 657, will have 9 left over. So remember, whenever you're reducing, the quotient remains the same, but the remainder needs to be multiplied with the value that you reduced it from. So this is your right answer.
I hope this was a useful session for you. For more such videos, do like, share and subscribe to Curiosity Hive. Well, till we see you again, take care.